All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Drive Home, where we ask 3 questions to get our kids engaged after school on the ride from school to home. So we're about to pick up Ashton here. We'll get right into it with our 3 questions of what was something awesome, what was something you learned, and what was unexpected. So here he comes. What's up, my man?
Hello.
How we doing?
Good.
All right, so we are rolling here. So we're going to get started with the first question. What was something awesome that happened at school today?
So, it was kind of like a thing that I prepared for, but it was that I was kind of able to turn in my book project early so that I didn't really have to worry about it. And I got the extra credit points.
For what class?
English.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
book project. But yeah, I basically just wrote one of the... I took one of the stories from H.P. Lovecraft because I have like the book full of his little short stories, including Call of Cthulhu, which is one of his most famous. And I'm basically just the cool thing is I love reading it, but I can just take all the short stories because he doesn't really have like a specific, my teacher doesn't really have a specific like set of standards. Yeah, like I mean there's stuff you have to do and like write about it, but there's no like word count. It could be like anywhere from like a graphic novel to the Bible. Like you can really read whatever you want, which is really cool, and that's why I'm gonna be doing that from now on. But I really like that because it was kind of late last night that I did it, but I was able to like put in a story, which like at the end I kind of felt proud of. I was like, hey, I'm really tired, but I managed to get out a story just putting words onto a page, really like kind of barfing it up, but like I felt like it was okay. There were some things I saw like I used stand like twice in the same sentence, but that's like little nitpicky stuff.
That's high standards, buddy.
Yeah, but that was just awesome. Now I don't really have to worry about homework because I also just got my my reflection form done for Avid.
Nice.
Which is really nice. So I don't think I have anything to do. There are projects, of course, in the future I have to worry about, but right now I'm pretty good. Yeah, with the 4-day weekend coming up, that gives me a lot of time to prepare for.
Yeah, because you guys get
stuff.
Monday and
because
Friday and
it's a
Monday,
professional teacher day, like work day this Friday, and then Monday is President's Day.
Nice.
So they just kind of put them together, which is nice for us. Instead of having 4-day weeks and 2 3-day weekends, we get 1 4-day weekend, which I prefer, to be honest.
Yeah, it makes a nice long weekend.
Yeah.
Get into the groove on time. So. Awesome. So question 2, what was something unexpected? What did you learn?
That people will do pretty much about anything for attention. Like they will humiliate themselves in order to gain attention. And the reason I say that is because I was walking down the hall and I saw this I remember him from his name's Bobby, and I remember him being from like one of my classes before, and he was like one of like the really trying to be cool kind of kids, and just someone I didn't really want to have to deal with. And I don't have my classes now because there's such a separation from middle school to high school that like there's just no way. Like even like the only time I'd probably ever seen was in a general class where I can't. It's like a requirement, and I cannot have like a advance that kind of breaks me away from those people. And he was wearing his pants, like the waist of his pants was like really close to his knees, so like he just had like these almost like bloomers on. They were like
his underwear?
Yeah, they were like polka dotted, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? First of all, you look retarded, like just stupid, like unkempt and like whatever, but also your underwear is like old granny stuff. Like, dude, like you're trying to rock it, at least rock it well.
Yeah,
like,
was there like a reason, or this was just his normal reactions? Like this is just how he is, or he was trying to get attention that day?
I don't know. I like I said, people have changed drastically since a year ago or whatever.
Yeah, you don't interact with
so
him
I hadn't seen him before in a long while, but I just saw him walking down the hall, and I was like, what the heck are you doing, dude?
Oh man. That's definitely something, to learn. So I would have put that in the unexpected category, but we'll move on to question 3. What was some unexpected that happened?
And I try to premeditate these answers, and these are kind of interchangeable because it's something I learned, but it was also unexpected for me. Is that even among like the upper echelon, I guess you could call it, of like the advanced students and whatever, I'm pretty close to the top. Like right now, the lowest grade I have is a 97%. Which
Nice.
could definitely change depending on what my math teacher feels like doing that day, but
Yeah.
I pretty much have the highest grades possible. Like, of course you're gonna miss a few points, that's just how it is, but even in like the harder classes, I'm doing fairly well in.
So what was unexpected out of that?
I just didn't expect, because and that's the part, is like, I'm like, oh, I have A's, like whatever, but I see people that and we're doing this in AVID class because it's like it's kind of a class where like Tuesdays and Thursdays we do like the meetup where we talk about, you know, our problems, and that's not our problems. It's not like a therapy session, but it's like the like schoolwork, point of confusion, the POCs. And during the rest of the time, that's Tuesdays and Thursdays are pretty much the only time you'd actually have to take that class, because the rest of the time it's kind of like, this is a little activity that's really tedious and boring, but let's do it kind of stuff. It's like, what?
Busy work.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm just kind of like, I'll do it because, you know, it's a requirement, but it's not fun. And that's, you have to have like a 3.0 to enter that class. And it's like, even though I'm like, I've never gone below 3.5, right? It's just like.
So how did you realize where your standing was?
This is the thing, is like, you have to, like, AVID is pretty much reserved. Like, if someone's an AVID, they're pretty much like, they have good grades and they're top of the, like, they're in the upper percentile, I would say.
Sure.
And I look at all my like friends' grades, and they just suck. It's like C's, D's, and B's, and that's like good.
In your class?
Yeah, in AVID. Like,
how do you see their grades?
well, they were talking about it because today we were talking about our grades, and like, a dude had like a 31% in a class. I'm like, I thought like I did like close some kind of gap, but it's like still there to a large like margin. Like, I'm still there's a large gap between me and my fellow classmates, even though I'm trying to take the more advanced stuff. And another thing is that I'm probably not going to skip to pre-calc next year, because normally, like, it's just how harder stuff I'd be okay with, but there would be a gap in my knowledge. And so trying to make that up without knowing what that isn't something I want to do. And though, like, I need pre-calc, calc, and stats for their prereqs for my computer science degree, it's not really something I'm going to, like, kill myself over. Like,
yeah,
I wanted to do it because, of course, a college class is going to be harder than a high school class, but
right.
I don't want to like totally kill myself on it, because I'm skipping the advanced class. Next, we're like the gen ed of next year is supposed to be integrated 3, but I would be skipping the advanced, which was college algebra. So I'd be skipping 2 things, which is just a little too much for me to really try to deal with. Like, I'm already taking a lot of stuff, and I feel like I can do one like actual like core class that I'm required to do in college. It's not like I have to get everything, but just trying to prepare and, you know, changing plans, because that was like my original plan for a long time. Just
That's smart though, honestly. Like, I never had the opportunity to take any kind of dual credit or college
it's a very, very new thing. Like,
And
this year is actually the first time they're actually allowing dual credit for health.
Yeah,
Like,
so even just the fact that you're able to do that is already a step ahead of the game. But then to like try and skip steps in the step of the head, like, you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot, even if you could survive it.
yeah.
Like you said, you still have to do classes in college. You're not going to get the whole degree done now.
Yeah.
So you're not giving yourself that much advantage to miss one class, and you're actually, you know, coming in disadvantaged to not.
I don't
want to.
if I kill myself and burn out, and
especially for math.
Well, and with dual credit, if you do not pass the class, you have to pay whatever that class would have cost.
Oh, that's
so
also
it's
a
like
good
it's
point.
a double penalty.
Yeah.
It's not just
so you fail
I failed
and
this
you
class.
have to pay because you failed to.
Yeah,
wow. Man, that's I didn't realize that, but I'm glad because I'm the one liable for all those payments.
I mean, I've already passed 2 dual credit classes.
No, and I'm not worried. You got the knowledge and ability to do that, so that's fantastic. So good stuff today, man. I appreciate, guys, if you're watching this and you're listening and you're new, subscribe to this channel so you can get used to this format and do this with your kids on the ride home so that you can change the way that your interaction goes. You probably ask your kids how it's going today and they just start complaining or, oh, I don't know, whatever. You don't get that good engagement. But this kind of stuff, they know the format of the questions that are coming. It's not a surprise. It gets them to focus on it throughout their day, to have something awesome to come talk with you about. Your ride home is going to be better. And so if you guys enjoy this, hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys in the next episode.